Okay, today we're going to be doing a video on coiled wire securement. Here at Huff and Puff, we like to call them Slinky Coils. Ken is one of our drivers here who has a lot of experience with this particular commodity. And he and I were discussing about this and decided to collaborate on making a video. This is a commodity that can be very, very dangerous if it's not secured properly. It, when secured correctly, transports pretty well. Turn it over to Ken.
Hey, thank you, Ken. Appreciate it. So, a couple of things I like to think about before I start securing any load is just some basic principles. One, movement is never a good thing with any load. So, I always like to take a look and think about how do I secure this load so that not only do I stop movement, but I prevent movement. And so think about it in 4 different ways. When you're traveling 65 miles an hour down the highway, if you have to slam on the brakes, that load, 40,000 pounds going down the road, you do not want that to end up in the cabin. And there's a tremendous amount of inertia with 40,000 pounds of load on the back of this trailer. So one of the most important things for me is securing the load to prevent movement going forward. We also, of course, want to prevent movement backwards. We want to prevent movement up and down, and we want to prevent movement on a lateral basis, so that when you're going around the corner, you don't have load shifting from one side to the other. So, and one particular thing that's important with the Slinkies is, we all probably remember, playing the Slinkies as kids. Once that movement starts on the Slinky, it just goes crazy. And what we want to do is we want to prevent any type of movement with Slinkies. And so what we're going to do today is we're going to demonstrate how to secure this load. And we're going to start from the center of the load, and we're going to work our way out. And in this particular case, we've got 8 coils, so there's not any one coil that's in the center. So what I recommend doing there is just always going back 1. So if you don't have an odd number, you got an even number of Slinkies, go back 1. So we're going to go with the 5th coil back. That's going to be our center coil, and we're going to start there, and we're going to start securing from securing those that are in front of the center, pulling those back to the center, and those are behind center. We're going to pull those forward towards the center. And ultimately what that does is it pulls all those wires together, and it makes it like it's one piece rather than all these multiple pieces with all this potential for movement. So Ken, let's go ahead and get started. All right, so we're going to begin our securement from what we've identified as our center coil, which is our 5th coil back. And we're going to start here, and we're going to work our way out. And what I like to do on the rear, center, and front coils is a figure 8, which allows us to prevent movement on a lateral basis. So we're going to start here by throwing the strap through. Ken's going to throw it back over the top. Got our first figure 8 in place, and now we're going to begin working out to secure the loads together, pulling the coils together, and pulling them down on the trailer. So with the very first one, what we want to make sure that we do is that we have when we're working backwards, we want the X's on back coils, and we want them pulling this way. So we have the straps pulling this way on both sides. So the first time through, we're going to go backwards. Ken came back through the center coil, and then we're going to go back through the last time, back through the coil behind the center. All right, so one point I might make right here, which is typically not a problem if you're throwing the buckles that from straps that are already on the winches here. But you want to make sure that the strap that's nearest the winch is on the underneath side of the X, so you don't pinch off the other side and you get both sides of the strap good and tight. You ready over there, Ken?
Yes, sir.
Tighten down here, that we're pulling this coil towards the center here, which is what we want. Okay, so while Ken's hooking that up on that side, let me go ahead and pause for a second and point out the coil racks. We have coil racks on the front, and we have coil racks on the rear. And that just adds a little bit more securement, a little bit more stability as we pull everything together and make it one solid piece. All right, and like we did in the center coil, we're going to do on the front coil, and we're going to do on the rear coil, we're going to do a figure 8.
Yes, sir.
Need this? Since we have an extra strap right here, we're going to go ahead and throw an extra securement right here just to give this front coil a little bit more stability against these coils. Okay, now we're going to move back to the trailer and finish up back here. Okay, so just for a little recap, when you stand back and you take a look at the load, you can see that that you've got the X's on the back side that are on the front side of the coil, and we got the X's on the front side that are on the back side of the coil, and that causes like a butterfly look. And you've got V shapes in all of the cross pattern straps. You've got the figure eights in the front, the center, front, center, the rear. And so we've got good securement, preventing movement forward, rearward, and laterally, and of course up and down. So that's how you secure a slinky load.